So you want to eat healthier, but you honestly have no idea why a food is healthy and what you should be eating. What is an amino acid? How many carbs do you actually need? Well, I'm a pastor and a coach, and in this video, we're going to be looking at macronutrients, specifically carbs, protein, and fats, what they are, and how you can learn to eat intentionally so that it really benefits the rest of your life. Welcome, guys. I really believe that developing nutritional literacy, meaning understanding about your food, is important for Christians and for non-Christians, because the food industry and even the fitness industry is a business. And food companies generally are not in the business of making us healthier. Not necessarily even fitness companies, even though they say that. They are businesses, and their first order of business is to make us consumers. Companies love it when we buy their stuff, and oftentimes they will put the healthy sticker on the package to make us think that it's healthy so that we will buy it. Food companies are businesses, not charities trying to make you healthier. But if you can develop nutritional literacy, then you can actually make informed decisions that are in line with your conscience and your goals and your priorities. And as a result, eat better, feel better, perform better, serve better. So let's break down macros real quick, what they are and what they do in your body. They generally fall into these categories: carbohydrates, fats, protein, vitamins and minerals, and fiber. Just to check the last few off the list first, vitamins and minerals are basically chemicals that are absolutely essential for your body for just about every process that is happening inside your body. And fiber is essentially an insoluble carbohydrate, of which one of the most important benefits is your gut health and the positive impact that it has on your digestion. So in this video, I want to focus on these three main categories: carbs, fats, and proteins. And here's the short version. Carbs are basically the fuel of your body. This is what your body runs on. It is fuel for activity. You eat carbs, and mainly your kidneys and your muscles turn those carbohydrates into glycogen, which is the preferred energy source of both your muscles and your brain. So carbs are literally fuel for activity. Secondly, fats could be viewed as the maintenance crew of your body. Fats are necessary for your joints, your brain, your internal organs, your eyes. Fats just make your body run well, especially the right kinds of fats. That's a real caveat in all of these categories. It's not just the macros, but also the quality of macros that counts. Thirdly, we have protein. And protein could be described as the builder of your body. Protein is made up of something called amino acids, and just about everything in your body is made up of amino acids. Meaning, if you do not eat protein, you cannot build or repair tissue in your body. Okay, so in this video, I want to focus on these three main categories: fats, carbs, and protein. Let's start with carbohydrates. So you want to be eating carbs relative to your level of activity, right? So if you're going to be going to the gym and you're doing a heavy lifting session, or you're running a half marathon, or you simply have a really active day, maybe you're hiking or you're doing physical labor, you really might want to be eating a bunch of carbs. Unless, of course, you want to be losing a ton of fat, but that's another conversation. Secondly, you have fats. Fats are like the maintenance crew of your body. So your brain, your joints, your inner organs, everything about you needs these fats to function in a healthy and good way. But we just simply overdo it a bunch. Here's why. Fats include over twice as many calories per gram as protein and carbs do. Meaning you could have just a little bit of fat added to your diet, but radically increase the calories in your diet. Like a friend of mine changed nothing about his life or his diet except cutting out cheese, full fat cheese, and he started losing weight. Might sound crazy, but I literally did the math. It's in my book. And it checks out. Finally, there's protein. Protein is vital, literally vital, for you to build or repair tissue in your body. And I know that we live in an age where you get protein water and protein toilet paper and protein chocolate bars. I want to say that processed junk food with added protein is still processed junk food. Just because it has protein in it doesn't make it healthy. And I'm not advocating a high protein diet without looking at the source and the format that those macros come in, because that does matter as well. But that being said, one of the easiest ways for you to start eating healthier, meaning you're going to lose body fat, you're going to gain lean tissue, muscle, you're going to feel great and energized, is this: Simply increase the ratio of calories that you're getting from protein in your diet. And here's why that works. Firstly, protein takes a while to eat. If you're getting it in a whole food form, it's pretty hard to eat an insane amount of protein. Your body will just naturally start saying, nah, I think we've had enough. Secondly, protein has a higher thermic effect in your body, which means that your body is literally using energy as you eat that protein, which means even if you get a lot of calories in your diet from whole food protein sources, it's actually going to be very hard for you to gain excess body weight through that protein because your body's using up all this energy as it digests the protein. This is the very short version. I know, chill everybody in the comment section. And thirdly, if you prioritize protein in your diet, you're simply going to be building your meals in a much smarter way. And here's what I mean. This is exactly how I build every single one of my meals: breakfast, lunch, dinner, and the snacks in between. I always start with the protein source. I always think, how am I getting at least 30 grams, preferably around 50 grams of protein in this meal? Whether that's Greek yogurt or chicken or some beef or eggs, whatever it is. That's what I start with. The next step is I look at where am I getting my vitamins, my minerals, my macronutrients, and my fiber in this meal, which almost always is going to be vegetables and fruit. Because if I nail these two things down, if I have a whole food protein source, it's going to almost always come with a degree of fat in it. And if I have a source of vitamins and minerals and fiber in the form of fruit and vegetables, I'm pretty much set. Everything after this is a bonus. The worst thing that's going to happen is I'm going to be in a calorie deficit because I didn't eat enough carbs or fats, but I'm mostly going to be burning body fat because I have all this protein that I'm eating. Speaking of fat, the third step is potentially adding fats to the meal. There might be a couple reasons why I do it. First is I'm trying to increase my weight, so I'm just trying to get in more calories. Secondly is I just want them to taste better because a lot of foods, if they're really dry, it's just not fun to eat. And the best diet is the one that you can actually stick to. So if your diet sucks because you're not having any fat in it, then you might want to add a little bit. But again, if you're trying to lose weight, this is the easiest place to overdo it. And after these three steps of protein, fruit and veg, and maybe fats, I look at carbs. And carbs, like I said, they're fuel for activity. So I'm going to add carbs relative to my level of activity. So if I'm not training that day, guess what? I'm not really adding carbs to the meal. But if I just went to the gym, yes, I'm absolutely going to be smashing those carbs, unless, of course, I'm trying to lean out in that moment. So I don't have carbs with every meal as a default. For example, I no longer eat carbs over lunch unless I'm trying to gain weight because they make me feel kind of lazy and sluggish and crash in the afternoon. And I've seen this with a bunch of my coaching clients, that they stop eating carbs at breakfast and lunch and prioritize them over dinner when they're eating with their family. And it just makes things really easy. You can eat with your family, whether it's a chili con carne or a tuna pasta bake, whatever it is. You're able to have all those carbs and they might make you crash, but hey, you're going to crash right into bed, so what does it matter, right? And I promise you, man, if you approach your meals this way, this will change your life. And it really matters that we get this straight because, again, we want to be people who live with intention, who live with purpose, who live with vision, who make informed decisions in every area of their lives, so that we can simply live well, for God's glory and our joy. And I've seen in the lives of the people that I coach how what they eat directly impacts how they perform. So that's macros in a nutshell for you guys. Now I'm feeling absolutely famished, so I want to go ahead and practice what I preach. Now I'll show you exactly what I'm doing here for my first meal of the day. It's currently 12:30, so I'll be fasting today, which means my first meal is going to be pretty large. And move you guys over here. So here we have eggs, which is my source of protein and fat in this meal. We got 5 eggs scrambled. It's going to give me 30 grams of protein. We've got 1 apple, 1 blood orange, a couple extra dates for some carbs, and a protein shake. Seriously, guys, I've been eating this way for a while. I practice what I preach because it just makes me feel amazing. And I feel like my training's going really good. I'm leaning out. It's just fantastic. I'm going to 65 grams of protein with this meal and a ton of vitamins and minerals and all that good stuff. Hey, if this video blessed you a bunch, then I go into a lot more detail on all of this in my new book, The Easy Eating Blueprint. Eat free, live strong, follow Jesus. This is now available on Amazon as a Kindle and a paperback, as well as a PDF on the Stan Store. I'll drop a link in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Ciao, ciao.